Alright, Middle-Aged White Guy Reacts back again with another NF reaction, kind of. Okay, so we did a NF reaction earlier. We did Clouds today. I messed up the audio on that one. Had to take that video down, kind of. You know, if you go to the video I posted explaining it, there's actually a link that you can backdoor your way to that reaction. My audio is there, so you can hear what I thought about the song if you're really that interested. But there is no audio from NF, okay? So we had to scrap that reaction. We still needed to do an NF, so this is the one, all right? So this is the only one left on his mixtape that I haven't done that has a music video, okay? All the other ones are just audio only. So there were some requests for some other ones, and I would have done them, but I saw this one and it has a video and the other ones didn't, so I chose this one. Do I have anything else to say about that? I don't think so. I don't think so. So that's where we're at, okay? So we got NF here. Paid my dues. Let's get right into this. Hold on, I need to fix it. Sorry. Okay, there we go. We're ready now. Right off the bat, I could tell you that I could never pull this off. If I was swinging upside down like that, I'd be vomiting everywhere. Like, need some Dramamine if I'm going to be doing that. Ugh. Even watching it makes me sick.
Clicks, 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 they'll do anything to get a few. Tick, 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 that's the sound before my head explodes. Quick, 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 look at you up on your pedestals. Quick, 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 hear the critics come, it's time to go.
Okay. I don't know if he's talking about haters or whatever, but he's saying, you know, clicks, clicks, clicks. You know, basically that's all that matters, or something like that. How did he just put that? Let's hear how he put that so we know.
Tick, tick. Clicks, clicks, clicks. They'll do anything to get a few.
They'll do anything to get a few.
That's the sound before my head explodes.
And that pisses him off. That it makes his head want to explode. You're just doing anything you can to get some clicks, okay?
Quick, quick. Look at you up on your pedestals. Quick, quick, quick. Hear the critics come. It's time to go.
Here's the critics. Look at you up on your pedestals. Here the critics comes. It's time to go. So I don't know if he's talking about haters or whatever, or people who trash him for views. I don't know if there's people out there who do that to him. I'm sure, you know, anyone who has any sort of name recognition is going to have people out there trying to trash him for clout, you know. So let's go. Let's hear what else he has to say about this.
On your pedestals. Quick, quick, quick. Hear the critics come. It's time to go. I read your article. It kind of hurt me. I don't know who hired you or what your friends say in your circle, but the fact that you released it tells me two things are for certain. They get paid for trashing people. I get paid because I stay working.
Okay. Okay. So he's talking about like somebody wrote a bad article about this man. If it was a journalist, blogger, whatever, somebody trashed this man in like an article for a newspaper, magazine, something, for clicks. Trashed him. Pissed him off because he's already said it makes his head want to explode, and he made a whole song about it apparently. So let's or at least pissed him off enough to at least incorporate it into a song. I don't know if the whole song's going to be about it, but that's interesting. I did not know anything. I haven't heard anything about that. Every article I've read has been very positive towards him. So I'm sure it's happened though. If he's talking about it, I'm sure it's happened.
Off is certain. They get paid for trashing people. I get paid because I stay working. Drop the search and they emerge up out of nowhere to the surface. Just a peek behind the curtain, throwing salt at all my burdens. I'm aware I shouldn't get.
I dropped the search. How's he put this? Hold on.
People, I get paid because I stay working. Drop the search and they emerge up out of nowhere to the surface.
Drop the search and they emerge from out of nowhere to the surface. Okay, so and that's when I kind of first heard about him. I heard songs from him before the search. What's the big one he had? Let me down. Let me down. Um, so I've heard that before. And then he dropped the search, and I actually came across an article about him in some website I was on. I don't know, some news site or I don't know. Um, anyway, saw an article about this guy, and they build him as this Christian rapper. All right. Um, so you know the picture they had of him though was with the clown makeup on. So kind of piqued my interest. Like Christian rapper made me like kind of just breeze past it at first, but looking at the guy, it was like, oh, yeah, you know, what is this exactly? Because that does not look like a Christian rapper. And once I listened to his music, I realized I said this in the Clouds reaction that I had to take down because of the freaking audio issue. But it made me realize when I started listening to him, it's not a Christian rapper. It's just a rapper who happens to be Christian and talk a little bit about his faith and his music. You know, so those are two very, very, very different things. But let's see. Came to the surface.
I stay working, drop the search and they emerge up out of nowhere to the surface. Just a peek behind the curtain, throwing salt at all my burdens.
Just to peek behind the curtain, throwing salt at all my burdens. Okay, so apparently, whoever who wrote this article, or the people who wrote these articles, maybe you know multiple. After he dropped the search, they came around. They wanted to know more about this guy, and maybe got interviews or talked to him, or you know, whatever. Asked him questions, had a question and answer session with him, something along those lines. And so he kind of gave him a peek behind the curtain. And, you know, if you know anything about NF, you know about his mental health issues and his, I believe, OCD and stuff like that. And apparently, were they making light of him or maybe not showing treating the subject with as much respect as he thought? I mean, I don't know because I don't know what these articles were and what was said. But that's kind of what I feel like happened. So he's like, you know, once they knew more about me, they just use that to kind of throw salt on me and kind of trash me, which is you know, especially when it comes to a subject like, you know, his subjects, you know, the traumas he's had and stuff that he's had to deal with, you know, if they were making light of it, that's ugh. I could see why he would be mentioning things in a song like that.
Nowhere to the surface, just a peek behind the curtain, throwing salt at all my burdens.
Man, that's bullshit.
I'm aware I shouldn't give this my attention. Life's a journey. I should just stay on my path and learn to laugh. You think they heard me?
Okay, I shouldn't pay this an attention. I should just stay on my journey. You know, I should just you know, learn to laugh it off, essentially, right? You know, it's easy to say, you know, and you think being, you know, like a celebrity type or somebody who has some name recognition, you know, a lot actually at this point. I think it would be easy for him to just kind of brush that stuff off, you know, but you know, for a guy like NF, I mean, the guy exposes himself in some of these songs that he makes, and he really puts himself out there and shows you a very vulnerable side of himself. And to have the courage to do that, and then to have people trash it, make fun of it, take it lightly, disrespect it in some way, you know, that's hard. That would be hard to just laugh off and not paying any attention to it, you know, because I mean, that stuff hurts, man. That stuff hurts, and especially, you know, he could have kept everything to himself and rapped about whatever else he wanted to, and you know, nobody would know those things. So it's like, you know, he got kicked in the balls for putting himself out there, essentially. You know, makes you not want to do that kind of stuff.
My attention, life's a journey. I should just stay on my path and learn to laugh. You think they heard me? Ears are burning, put them out. Quiet, look around. Why don't they find someone way more interesting to write about?
Ears are burning, put them out. Quiet all around. Why don't they find anyone more interesting to write about, or something like that? You know, your ears are burning, like someone's talking about you. So he knows that there's like a buzz around him and his name right now. And he's just like, you know, what the hell is this about? Why can't they just find somebody else more interesting? you know.
Quiet, quiet, look around. Why don't they find someone way more interesting to write about? Us, we're kind of boring, aren't we? All we do is whine and pout. It's confusing, so amusing how I argue with myself.
So is that what they... Okay, hold on.
Why don't they find someone way more interesting to write about? Us, we're kind of boring, aren't we? All we do is whine and pout.
We're kind of boring, aren't we? All we do is whine and pout.
It's confusing, so amusing how I argue with myself.
It's confusing, so amusing how I argue with myself. Were they taking shots at how he shows his, like, mental struggle through rapping back and forth against himself at times? You know, were they doing that and kind of, you know, because they can't really understand it, and they're kind of like acting like it was a joke or something, or like it was like a gimmick, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, this makes me want to stop and go and search these articles up so I know what the hell I'm talking about, because I'm just grasping at straws at this point. So I don't know, have had no exposure to these articles. So, you know, well, let's just keep going, though. Let's keep going. That's kind of what I have a feeling, though, is that they kind of took light at the way he kind of juxtaposes his mental anguish in his songs.
All we do is whine and pout. It's confusing, so amusing how I argue with myself. Hello. I spit it with these, so leave it to me. You better believe I'm on a rampage. I'm on the record release. I'm in a week. I'm probably gonna have to achieve another goal. Let me go when I'm over the beat. I go into beast mode like I'm ready to feast. I'm telling these things, so ready to bleed. They wanna see me taking out. Yep, see what I mean? How many records you gotta give you to get with the program? Take it for granted.
No. Oh, Nate. Hold on, my friend. I wasn't ready for that. I knew it was coming sometime. I knew that was coming, but shit, man. Right there.
It's confusing, so amusing how I argue with myself. Hello. I spit it with these, so leave it to me. Doubt it, but you better believe I'm on a rampage. Hit 'em with the release.
That's so cold. Oh my god, that's fire right there. Jesus, Nate. Jesus, man. Slow it down.
It's confusing, so amusing how I argue with myself. Hello. I spit it with these, so leave it to me. Doubt it, but you better believe.
One more time.
I argue with myself. Hello. I spit it with these, so leave it to me. Doubt it, but you better believe.
Spit it with ease. Shit.
I argue with myself. Hello. I spit it with these, so leave it to me. Doubt it, but you better believe.
I spit it with ease, leave it to me. I bet you doubt it, but you better believe. All right. He spits with ease, guys. He's showing you right here. He spits with ease. And he can come, like he said in, I don't know what other song. It just depends on what hands his bag, or what bag his hand's in at the time, is what flow he can come with. All right. And if you doubt him and you doubt what he's capable of, well, you better believe it. Okay. Because he's proved it 100 times before, and he's going to just keep on keeping on.
I argue with myself. Hello. I spit it with these, so leave it to me. Doubt it, but you better believe I'm on a rampage. Hit 'em with the record release. I'm in a week. I'm probably gonna have to achieve.
Hit him. Hold on.
Leave it to me. Doubt it, but you better believe I'm on a rampage. Hit 'em with the record release. I'm in a week. I'm probably gonna have to achieve another goal. Let me go when I'm over the beat.
Oh, hit him with a record release. Something you have to achieve. Damn. I don't know exactly how he said it. Okay. like this dude, it's too tongue twisting, and I'm not a rapper, so it's hard for me to spit back, you know, exactly what they're saying sometimes. But the gist, all right, is that he drops a record, and then about a week later, he's going to have to get a pen and a pad or whatever, because he has more goals he needs to achieve. He's not going to just rest after dropping an album. He's already going to start working on the next one. Because he's a beast, or something like that.
I'm on a rampage, hit 'em with the record release. I'm in a week. I'm probably gonna have to achieve another goal. Let me go when I'm over the beat.
Yeah, I have to achieve another goal.
Go into beast mode like I'm ready to feast.
And I'm going to go into beast mode like I'm ready to feast.
Let me go when I'm over the beat. I go into beast mode like I'm ready to feast. I'm fed up with these thieves trying to get me to bleed. They want to...
Fed up with these thieves trying to get me to bleed. All right, we got that one. I just lost it. Fed up with the thieves. Oh, they want to see me take an L. See what I mean? He's fed up with the thieves trying to see him bleed. They want to see him take an L. See what he means? So yeah, these are the journalists and the bloggers or whoever was writing this shit. They want to see him take an L. They want to see him fail, not only probably because he's a man of faith, but also because tragedy sells. Okay, let's just be honest. You know, everybody loves to watch people fall from grace. It's like one of our favorite pastimes. So it sells, and that's what they wait for. And you know, they might feel like they could nudge it in that direction by writing things a certain way and try to, you know, shift perception of how people view him and his music. You know, so they can get the payoff, the eventual payoff of his fall from grace, and then them getting to write all those other articles and have everybody click on them. You know, it's just in a vacuum how that kind of thing kind of works. So.
I go into beast mode like I'm ready to feast. I'm fed up with these thieves trying to get me to bleed. They want to see me taking out. Yep, see what I mean? How many records you gotta give you to get with the program? Take it for granted, about to give you the whole plan. Open your mind up and take a look at the blueprint. Debate if you got it, but gotta hold it with both hands.
All right, so he's like, hey, what do I have to do to get you to believe? I'm dropping all these records, okay? You just want to see my whole plan, though. You know, like and you want me to, like, you want to open my mind and look at the blueprint, basically. Like, you know, why should I show you everything? Okay, so they're not going to believe unless it's like almost like you know, is God real? Well, I can't see him, so no. Or I have faith that he is, so yes. You know, he's like, it's there. Don't worry about it. You don't have to see what's going on in there. You see my plan. But basically saying, like, they're not going to believe what he's capable of unless he shows them that, you know. You say, hey, I've already dropped, like, 3-4 albums that are fire. What else do you want from me? That's a career, man. That's a career for most artists. And he's young still and has plenty more in him. You know, most guys, 2-3 albums. I mean, that's a career. That's a career. Unless there's a small percentage who do more than that. But yeah, you know, think of how many people had like a hit song, had, you know, one album, had another album, and then you never heard from them again. You know, I can name a million artists.
Take it for granted, about to give you the whole plan. Open your mind up and take a look at the blueprint. Debate if you got it, but gotta hold it with both hands. Pick at the bars, you gotta be smart. You really gotta dig in your heart if you want to get to the root of an issue.
You gotta dig in your heart if you want to get to the root of an issue. Play with the bars, gotta be smart. You gotta dig in your heart to get to the root of the issue. All right, so hey, look at it from an honest perspective. Look deep inside you to come up with these lyrics, and you know that's kind of his philosophy, right? So everything he says is going to come from the heart. It's going to come, it's fact, it's truth, it's, you know, it's honesty. It's honesty from NF.
If you got it, but gotta hold it with both hands. Pick at the bars, you gotta be smart. You really gotta dig in your heart if you want to get to the root of an issue. Pursuing the middle could be dark and be difficult, but the payoff at the end, if you can happen to get to it, hey, my nose.
I have no idea what he said there. Hold on.
Root of an issue, pursuing the middle could be dark and be difficult, but the payoff at the end, if you can happen to get to it, hey.
Hold on.
Gotta dig in your heart if you want to get to the root of an issue. Pursuing the middle could be dark and be difficult, but the payoff at the end, if you can happen to get to it. You gotta dig in your heart if you want to get to the root of an issue. Pursuing the middle could be dark and be difficult, but the payoff at the end, if you can happen to get to it, hey.
Something about dogging him. Something about dogging him. I don't know that one. I don't know what he said there. I can't catch it. Okay, hold on. Let's catch that. I got lost in the hook there. Hold on. He's paid his dues, spread the news, he's on the loose. All right, so that's one good thing about all those articles is that they spread his name around. You know, there's no such thing as bad publicity most of the time. Give this man some room so he can make some moves. All right, back off of him. Let him do his thing. Ugh, I'm the truth. They want some proof. Don't be rude. Something new, even when I lose. I don't need the shades up to like the view. All right, he doesn't need to see outside. He'll be very happy living in his own bubble in his own mind. Maybe is what he's going for. That's how I kind of see it. Like he has no purpose to see outside of his living space, and he can enjoy the view from in there without the shades up. That's deep. That's profound. All right.
Life is looking, oh, what to do? I don't need the shades up to like the view. It's time to get back in the swing of things. When my life crashes, I'm not the guy that'll flee the scene. I'll take ownership and own it and raise my hand if it's me.
Oh. These are man's bars right here. This is the bar every single person. Okay, I should not differentiate between male or female. But as a man, you have no excuse not to live your life by this motto.
I'm not the guy that'll flee the scene. I'll take ownership in the swing of things. When my life crashes, I'm not the guy that'll flee the scene.
When his life crashes, he's not the guy who's going to flee the scene.
I'll take ownership and own it and raise my hand if it's me.
He'll take ownership and own it and raise his hand if it's me. All right, so if he fucked up, he caused the accident, he's not going to just run away from his problems. He's not going to run away from anything. He's going to say, you know what, it was me. I fucked up. But knowing Nate, he won't say fucked up. He'll be like, hey, it was me. You know, I messed up, man. Sorry. Whatever. So that's how you need to live. Really, all of us. Okay. I was kind of joking about the man thing. All right. But, you know, hey, you got to live your life like that. I'm big on that. And I hold my children to that standard as well. Like, you know, if you did it, you own it. You got to pay the price for it. That's just how it goes, you know, and there's no excuses and there's never, you know, well, he made me or she told me or any of that BS. No, you will be held accountable for your actions. I hold myself accountable for mine.
I'm not the guy that'll flee the scene. I'll take ownership and own it and raise my hand if it's me. Just remember though, I'm only a man, I'm a human being.
Yeah.
Don't they see? Shoot the breeze.
Okay, he'll try to do it, but hey, at the end of the day, he's a man, he's a human being. Mistakes will be made, you know.
Just remember though, I'm only a man, I'm a human being. Don't they see? Shoot the breeze. I'd rather just stay discreet. People claim they're in your corner, but leave you in times of need.
Shoot the breeze. I'd rather just be discreet. People claim they're in your corner until they're your time in need. Okay. So like all these people that you have these like little BS conversations with essentially and act like friendly and like they got your back. Yeah, at the end of the day, they're not going to be there in your time in need. That they're acquaintances. You know, if you're just shooting the breeze with somebody, you know, they're more likely they're an acquaintance or like maybe like a kind of a friend, but they're not like a best friend or a good friend or an old friend or, you know, somebody that you've actually shared experiences with. So that's an interesting little bar there.
I'd rather just stay discreet.
And on a side note, okay, this is the difference between me and my wife. I'd rather be discreet. She wants to shoot the breeze with every damn stranger we come across in public. You know, we can't go to the grocery store and stand in a line without her talking to people. And it's like, can't we just pay for the groceries and go home without talking to anybody? Like, my kids are the same way as her, too. Like, have to go make friends everywhere they go. And it's like, oh, my God, I don't want to talk to people. But, all right.
Only a man, I'm a human being. Don't they see? Shoot the breeze. I'd rather just stay discreet. People claim they're in your corner, but leave you in times of need. They don't listen, do they? They don't listen to anything. I'll accept advice if it's not presented ignorantly. Look, costs are high, them all.
I'll take advice if it's not presented ignorantly. Like, if you actually have, you know, something valid to say about something, I can listen to that. But if you're just going to do the placating and, you know, just like the BS stuff that we say, he's not even going to pay it any mind. Oof. Oh, okay, all right. Back to this now, Nate. Come on, man. Jeez.
Look, costs are high, they multiply, the cost divides, I'm forced to fight the poison I've been sipping on. Ignorantly, look, costs are high, they multiply, the cost divides, I'm forced to fight the poison I've been scented ignorantly. Look, costs are high, they multiply, the cost divides, I'm forced to...
Costs are high, they multiply, the cost divides. All right, so, the cost of whatever he's talking about. Uh, I'm sorry, his career, his mental health, whatever. The costs are high, and it's multiplied, and that divides people. All right, anytime that there's stakes, and people have different stakes, or if there's something on the line, that'll show you who's really ride or die and who is going to just be out for themselves.
Advice if it's not presented ignorantly. Look, costs are high, they multiply, the cost divides, I'm forced to fight the poison I've been sipping on is quite the bite, it killed me twice. Costs are high, they multiply, the cost divides, I'm forced to fight the poison I've been sipping on is quite the bite.
He's forced to fight the poison that he's been sipping on. Poison that he's been sipping on.
Look, costs are high, they multiply, the cost divides, I'm forced to fight the poison I've been sipping on is quite the bite, it killed me twice, they ring the light so y'all can see the parts of mine that aren't
Something about the poison's killed him twice, and they've...
Fight the poison I've been sipping on is quite the bite, it killed me twice, they ring the light so y'all can see the parts of mine that aren't so bright. See, often I apologize and authorize the awful times to pop up. Like I'm right behind you, I'd advise you not to try to climb inside the mind like
Damn, Nate, man, come on, dude.
Kill me twice, they ring the light so y'all can see the parts of mine that aren't.
They rigged the lights so that you can see the parts of mine that aren't something.
Forced to fight the poison I've been sipping on is quite the bite, it killed me twice, they ring the light so y'all can see the parts of mine that aren't so bright. See, often I apologize.
That aren't yours, right? Or aren't you right? Something like that. So, like, hey, they're trying to shine lights on me, parts of me that, it's not your right to see. It's not your business or whatever. How'd he put it, though? Forced to fight. Poison I've been sipping on. So what would the poison he's been sipping on be, though? See, his metaphors are tricky sometimes. What would the poison he's been sipping on be? That's the question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one. I have to think about that. I mean, we'll get back to that maybe.
It's quite the bite, it killed me twice, they ring the light so y'all can see the parts of mine that aren't so bright. See, often I apologize and authorize the awful times to pop up. Like I'm right. See the parts of mine that aren't so bright. See, often I apologize and authorize the awful times to pop up.
He's apologized, and oftentimes he authorizes
the light so y'all can see the parts of mine that aren't so bright. See, often I apologize and authorize the awful times to pop up.
The awful times that pop up,
like
Nate.
Right behind you, I'd advise you not to try to climb inside the mind like I do.
I'd advise you not to climb in the mind like I do. All right, so he's going to pop up Nate right behind you, and I advise you not to climb inside the mind of Nate, or whatever. Like he does, okay? So he has to kind of live inside his own mind, okay? It's his, okay? So he's obviously there. He's living in that. He advises you not to go there, though. You don't want to explore inside this man's mind. You wouldn't want to see how he thinks, and what he goes through and the struggles he has. Because, he has struggles. He has, legit issues, okay? He's not healthy all the time. Like, maybe he has it under control, but he would not consider this a healthy person. Based on what I know and kind of what he talks about, maybe he is perfectly leveled out and fine. But the way he talks about his mental health in his songs, I don't think that's the case. So he says, you don't want to go there. You don't want to come in this.
Quite the bite, it killed me twice, they ring the light so y'all can see the parts of mine that aren't so bright. See, often I apologize and authorize the awful times to pop up. Like I'm right behind you, I'd advise you not to try to climb inside the mind like I do. Keep the rhyme book expedited, overnighted, hold it tight and hope the time is on my side. Cause if it's not, then I'll decide to override my own.
Oof. Take the rhyme, expedite it, overnight it. His schemes and his flows are just sick, man. They're so nice. They're so nice.
Time to pop up. Like I'm right behind you, I'd advise you not to try to climb inside the mind like I do. Keep the rhyme book expedited, overnighted, hold it tight and hope the time is on my side.
Hold it tight and hope the time is on my side. Like, oh man.
To climb inside the mind like I do. Keep the rhyme book expedited, overnighted, hold it tight and hope the time is on my side. Cause if it's not, then I'll decide to override my own demise. I told the line to person I could.
Then he'll decide to override his own demise. All right, so he's like, "Hey, man, I'll just override that. Okay, we're not doing my demise thing today. Okay, because I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the override button, and we're gonna push that process off for another time."
The time is on my side, 'cause if it's not, then I'll decide to override my own demise. I told the line to
So he hopes the time is on his side, but if it's not, he'll override his own demise. All right, like, it's not my time yet, man. No, no, no. Like, that's how in control of that certain thing. Okay.
hold it tight and hope the time is on my side, 'cause if it's not, then I'll decide to override my own demise. I told the line to close and I could improvise. I'd empathize, but recognize the fact that I could jeopardize some record lives. You better give me your attention.
Oh my God, that was so hard. Oh my God, and just that scheme is so complicated right there. That's ridiculous.
Hold it tight and hope the time is on my side, 'cause if it's not, then I'll decide to override my own demise. I told the line to close and I could improvise. I'd empathize, but recognize
I can improvise and
the fact that
empathize,
I could jeopardize some record
but I recognize I could jeopardize and
lives. You better give me your
wreck your
attention.
lives. Oh, listen to that. That's ridiculous.
And I could improvise, I'd empathize, but recognize the fact that I could jeopardize some record lives. You better give
Improvise. Hold on.
the line to close and I could improvise, I'd empathize,
He can improvise and empathize
but recognize the fact
and recognize the fact that he could wreck your lives. Oh, that's hard, man. That's hard.
that I decide to override my own demise. I told the line to close and I could improvise, I'd empathize, but recognize the fact that I could jeopardize some record lives. You better give me your attention and undivided my dose.
Oh.
Made it through. Spread the nose, I'm on the lows. Making moves, I need some room. Always cold, well don't assume. Ay, pay my dose.
Pay his dues. Like, this is, man, this guy, God damn, Nate.
Cold, well don't assume. Ay, pay my dose. Made it through. Spread the nose, I'm on the lows. Making moves, I need some room. Always cold, well don't assume. Ay.
That was nice. That was nice. What you got going on? Lost? Really? Really? He's writing Lost there? Didn't we just do that? Wasn't that the name of the one he did with Tech9, like, recently? And this was... I noticed this one was, like, 6 months or 7 months before the rest of that mixtape
Yes.
came out, but this was considered part of it, apparently. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, that'll do it. That was amazing. This is probably a long reaction, isn't it? Oh yeah, 32. Yeah, I knew that was going to be up there. That was awesome. That song's awesome, though. I love that. I absolutely love that. All right, that'll do it. Middle-aged white guy reacts is out. Peace.